What's up, guys? So today we're going to be doing a cocktail that's an original of mine. And originally I had planned this episode as sort of like a this is how you create your own cocktails episode. But I'm not going to do that. The last one that we did was not that popular, really. Not that many people really cared too much for like the ways in which you kind of create your own cocktails. And people hit me up about that stuff, and I'm pretty open about that anyway. So I just wanted to show you this drink because it's one that I'm really proud of. But the way that it came about was actually kind of a very roundabout way. And it does actually talk about sort of the inspiration to create cocktails and where it comes from. So Marius was gonna say something though behind the camera, and I just kept talking, and so he kind of went away. But I want to know what you were gonna say.
Oh, I was gonna say we already did that with the Caipirisimo.
Right. Well, I was gonna do a trilogy because there's like 3 different main approaches to sort of creating a cocktail, and the one that I'm gonna unveil right now is sort of like the most. I mean, I'm not really unveiling because I'm not gonna call this video that. But this would have been the most sort of challenging way to do it, right? So,
and the fourth way would be the strawberry star way.
Well, that's a different way, but that's not actually creating a cocktail. That's like having one fall from the sky into your lap. That's what that is. That is like that's like we did something and you tasted it and it was good. It was like complete accident, you know? But like a happy accident.
Yeah, I guess you could try that as a method.
Well, usually you don't want to just be throwing spaghetti on the wall to see what sticks when you're making cocktails, because that's a really expensive way to go about it, I would say. Most people don't have the means to like just, throw random things together. You kind of want to have a little bit of direction. That being said, if you are kind of advanced at cocktail making and you know what a lot of things taste like, then, inspiration can come from anywhere. And the inspiration for this cocktail, which is called a Fond Farewell, came from a song. So there is a album called Seth, Avett, and I think Jessica Lee Mayfield. And they made an album just called Seth Avett and Jessica Lee Mayfield Sing Elliot Smith. And this song, their rendition, this sort of countrified version of A Fond Farewell by Elliot Smith, I was like obsessed with it. I was like listening to it every day. I'd like get up, put my earphones on, and listen to it. I'd listen to it on the way to work like a couple of times. Sometimes I'll bike to work. I'll ride my bicycle to work, and I'd listen to it like a couple of times on my way to work. And then as I was setting up the bar, I'd find myself listening to this song. I just really, really loved it. And so when it was time to create a menu cocktail for Coles, I wanted to do something that was on a rock, and I wanted to sort of capture the essence of that song in this drink. Now, obviously, we don't have the money to pay for that song to play for you guys, but I would say that you can get it on Spotify, and maybe what you should do is make this drink at home if you can. If you've got the means to do it, make this drink at home, and then listen to that song and see if I was successful in kind of capturing the essence of the song in a drink. And that's a very difficult way to go about making cocktails. And you definitely need to know a lot about your ingredients when you do that, when you just have that inspiration. But that's where the inspiration for this drink came from. And I thought that was kind of an interesting story. So you guys are going to be asking me about subs for a lot of this stuff.
Yes.
I'm going to go through each thing right now that you can sub for. This is rum agricole, all right? It's distilled from cane juice, all right? Fresh cane juice. And so it has a very sort of lemongrassy, light kind of flavor, very, very specific, right? So if you sub this, you're gonna have to sub it for some rum agricole, right? Some Blanc rum agricole. This is 100 proof bonded rye. So if you're gonna sub this out, you could sub it out for like the Old Forester 100 proof rye, or you could sub it out for like the Old Overholt 100 proof bonded rye, but you're gonna wanna take a rye that's over 100 proof. This is Coqui Americano. Its closest representation would be Lillet. Now this has some ingredients that Lillet is lacking. So it's not gonna be exactly the same, but it's gonna be pretty close. And then Campari, you can just use any kind of red aperitivo. So you can use like Select or Aperol. Aperol is gonna be a little sweeter. Select is gonna be right in the middle of like Campari and Aperol. You can use the Luxardo Aperitivo. It is going to change the drink a little bit, but we're only doing a couple of dribs drops for that. So you could probably get away with. So those are all the subs that you can do. All right. So first thing we're going to do is this actually calls for 4 dashes. So I'm just going to like equate it because I do not have it in a dasher bottle and I didn't want to put it in a dasher bottle just for this cocktail. So I'm just going to say.
Good thing it's your cocktail and you can just change the recipe right now.
I can, but I don't want to. I mean, it took me a little second to make this cocktail, so I don't want to change the recipe. I would say that's about, okay, I'm just going to boop it. Okay, that's about, how about this? Just a little boop of aperitivo or Campari.
Just a little splash.
I'm going to drink the rest out of here. And then we're just going to do, this is a real simple cocktail. Then we're going to do 3/4 of an ounce of the Coca Americano. And then we're just going to do a split base of 1 ounce of Old Overholt Rye. No, I said Old Overholt Rye, but it's actually Rittenhouse. What? Leandro, you're getting soft in your old age, buddy.
You can sub it out for Rittenhouse if you want.
It's because I've been inside the house so long. I'm losing my mind. All right. You can sub it out for Old Overholt, but this is Rittenhouse bonded, 1 ounce and 1 ounce of the Rum JM Rum Agricole. And that's it. And we're going to put this over a rock of ice with my pineapple spoon. Give it a nice stirry poo in the pants. Stirry poo in the pants. I'm going to let you guys know what it tastes like. I don't want to stir this too long because that was a little bit of a wet piece of ice. Then we're going to just give it a nice orange twist. For my old-fashioned style glass, like rocks drinks or old-fashioned style drinks, I like to just drop it in like that. Because then you get it on the nose when you drink. Yes. There is just something about the way the Coca Americano and the rye with the rum agricole sort of interacts that just makes me just love this drink. It has like a complex flavor, but then it devolves to bitterness because you not only have a little bit of bitterness from the Campari, which you add a few drops of that, but you also have the Coca Americano actually has some sweetness and some bitterness to it as well. So it has some bittering elements in there as well. So it's sweet, but it also has this like back palate bitterness that kind of comes through. And then you've got the 100 proof rye that is really well complemented. Those barrel notes in the rye are really well complemented by that kind of fresh cane flavor, that like sort of lemongrassy. I always say lemongrass, is what it tastes like to me. It is just a really, really pleasing drink. I really like this drink a lot. I know it's my own creation, but I highly recommend you guys go and check this drink out. Listen to the song and see, like I'm just closing my eyes and trying to imagine. Yeah. To me, this drink sort of captures the essence of that song. So I hope it does for you as well. We have to shoot a thumbnail and this drink is going to die with this piece of ice in here because it was a little bit of a long, sort of talk before we got to it. So I'm going to end it now. If you like our channel, please hit like and subscribe and check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/educatedbarfly. I just want to say how lucky I am to have Marius here to make my quarantine just that much more exciting and fun and happy. Check out our Patreon and then also check out our YouTube memberships. We got that going on as well. So if you're into it and you want a little extra stuff that we were kind of figuring out, then go there and do that. I'm going to end this right now so we can photograph this cocktail and I'll see you guys on another time.